Hello. I can't remember how I opened the last one of these, so consistency's out the window, but that's fine. I'm going to be looking at this box. I'm going to throw this box out at some point, and I want to have a record of the box for, historical reasons, because otherwise I'll feel bad throwing it out. But once I've done this, I can chuck it out and feel fine about it. So this is an MSI GTX 750 Ti graphics card. It is the OC edition, hence the OC edition there, and hence all of this afterburner text. So this is an NVIDIA graphics card. It's kind of lower end when it came out. It came out quite late in the 700 series, so the 760 and above had been out for a while. And then this came out, and it's based on a different architecture to all the cards above it, and it was much faster and more efficient for what it was, for how cheap it was to make. And then the 900 series came out after it and was just really fast and efficient in a lot of ways, because it was all based on the same architecture as this, so it's scaled up to the more expensive cards, of course. Anyway, so let's go over the box. We have 2 GB of GDDR5 memory on it, PCIe 3.0, so that's the PCI Express 3.0 interface that the card has, and DirectX 11 API support. So these days these cards actually support DirectX 12, but when this box was made, DirectX 12 wasn't a thing yet. So it supports DirectX 11, so that's the API that is used to make games. So you make a game based on the functions that DirectX 11 provides, and it works with this graphics card, as long as you're using Microsoft Windows. There are alternatives for other operating systems. So let's move around the box a little bit. So moving down here, we have those specs again, and we have the NVIDIA GeForce GTX logo, because this graphics card, it's an MSI card. MSI make the actual card, but the chip that really does all the work, that's made by NVIDIA. So let's move around to this side, and we have all of those specs again. That probably says GeForce GTX 750 Ti under there. And we have a sticker here. This is a retailer's sticker. It says Novatech on it. Novatech are a British retailer, so it's probably them. And we have the manufacturer's part number there. So there's the MAN-PT hash. Spin it around now to the other side. So much the same along this side. And here we have what I assume is MSI's sticker. So it mentions the new Armour fan. So that's not part of the marketing, it's just some information about it. I think there's a picture of the card on this box, let's see. So along the top, it's all much the same. Same as along the bottom. Yeah, so no picture of the card on this box, which is unfortunate. I don't actually know what this card looks like, I just have the box. I bought something else on eBay, somebody sends me this box, so that's what I've got. So let's start up here. We have the MSI Afterburner. So it's described there. MSI Afterburner is an overclocking utility, and honestly, overclockers basically consider MSI Afterburner kind of the go-to utility. They certainly did in the days when this box came out. Maybe these days they're using some other ones, but when this box came out, MSI Afterburner was the overclocking utility. So it's a bit of software, and it lets you set higher clock speeds for your graphics cards. So I'll back off a bit and I'll use the actual zoom here. So here it says support multi-GPU mode. Now, I'm not sure if the 750 Ti actually supports SLI, which would be NVIDIA's way of getting multiple graphics cards to work together. I don't think it does. I'm not certain on that, I might be wrong. So when it says support multi-GPU mode, I think that might mean that the software can, but I'm not sure if this graphics card does. We have other features. And now there's the solid capacitor that they mentioned with the aluminium core. These are very common these days, but this box is from a little while ago. I'm not sure exactly when. So these capacitors with a long lifetime, very low ESR, that's equivalent series resistance, and Mentions here the very, very long lifetime that you can expect, especially if they're at lower temperatures. Here we have our system requirements. So you can see Windows 8 and Windows 7, so that dates this because this came out before Windows 10 was a thing. Of course, these graphics cards do support Windows 10. We have our features there, so TXAA, that's temporal approximate anti-aliasing, I think. GPU Boost 2.0, PhysX, NVIDIA's ability to use the graphics card for physics calculations. FXAA, fast approximate anti-aliasing. NVIDIA's adaptive vertical sync, which I'm not sure what that was. NVIDIA Surround and support for 3 displays. These days, you'd want, but well, AMD supported 6 displays at this time, with some limitations. 3D vision ready. Remember when people cared about 3D? Me neither. CUDA, just doing computations on the graphics cards. OpenCL, OpenGL 4.4. NVIDIA Shield ready. So the NVIDIA Shield was this handheld device that NVIDIA were promoting for a while. It ran Android, it had their chip in it, and you could stream games from your PC to the NVIDIA Shield, and nobody bought them, so they're not made anymore. So moving over here, I'm not sure why there's a Norton logo. I don't think it came with Norton, that would have been a bit odd. So I'll just pan across here. MSI's contact information, a QR code, various recycling information and stuff. We have our little disclaimers here. I'll just pan up here to all sorts of languages, but this is the English one, saying that there's an NVIDIA 700 series GPU in there. Ready for 3D Mark. I mean, yeah, 3D Mark's one of the many things that you can run on this card, I suppose, if you wanted to. I think most people play games on them, but I quite like running 3D Mark, but I'm weird. Anyway, that's most of the video. I do have the internals for this box. I don't have the graphics card, but you can see here. So we have this plastic foam that the graphics card will have sat in. And I'll just yeet that, that's what the kids call it these days. And then we have this cardboard that will hold that in place, and behind here we might have had accessories. So things like a power adapter, because at this time they were still shipping these graphics cards with a power adapter for 4-pin Molex, which is a misnomer, because Molex is a company that made power connectors, but I'm not sure they actually made the connector that's called 4-pin Molex, but I don't honestly know what the correct name is. They were shipping with these adapters that connected a 4-pin Molex to the power connector. Mind you, this is a 750 Ti. I'm not sure if it will have needed a special power connector at all, or if it will have just run off the slot. But it says it's the OC version on the box, so it might well have needed a special power connector for this particular card, or it might have been an option. And that's your lot. I'm going to throw this box away now. And if you watched this, I hope you found it in some way useful.